Back once again with another cutting update. What's up, everybody? Smash weights, here we go. Update 7 and 8, I believe. So, get you up to speed. This is where I'm looking at in my last video check in, and pretty happy with that. Now, last week, not the one we've just had, but the one before, I had a week diet break, and this is a week in which I ate as I would normally, roughly at maintenance calories the whole time. I didn't track or measure that much, and this was planned and it was deliberate and it was very needed by the time that it came about. So, some of the side effects of being in a strong calorie deficit for quite some time are things like reduced sleep quality, decreased mood, decreased libido, decreased energy, and a whole bunch of other things that we don't want. And so the diet break for me was a chance to let my body just recover a little bit and have some time to chill and get those things back in check. Now, the people closest to me, my clients, my loved ones, will know that a couple of weeks ago I was pretty grumpy, a lot of the time, pretty moody, even feeling tearful at times, which is quite a weird and strange experience. And I just wasn't sleeping as well, and I can tell that with my tracker here. The amount of deep sleep I was getting each night was less than it would be ideally, and I was feeling hungry all the time and just low energy. And so I, as I said before, made the commitment to energy drinks and caffeine, and that helped a lot. But the diet break has helped massively. Now, you may be thinking, oh my god, a whole week not dieting, has that ruined it all? Well, the week before, I got a low weight of 71.9 kilos, and at the end of my diet break, I was 72.1. So, no significant change in my actual weight. I think my body composition improved a little bit, as you may be able to tell in the video there. And the bright side, though, is I just felt motivated and excited to start working out again, getting in the gym, and I've recently hit some better numbers and just feeling a lot more energetic there. Now, other adjustments I've made, and this is something that you have to think about, is that as you go through a process like this where your body is changing, your approach is going to need constant refinement and tweaking. So, for example, this week I've started reintroducing a small breakfast again because I found that I just was too hungry and unable to concentrate for the normal amount of time that I would fast till midday. And this is simply because the amount of carbs and calories I'm getting at the end of each day are lower than they would be otherwise. So there's just not as much carrying over to subsequent days. This resulted in terrible mornings where I was just feeling unproductive and grumpy and not getting on with things. So now at about 10 o'clock, I'm having a bowl of oats with some protein and some fruit, and that's helping me feel a lot better. It's getting me to my midday meal much more easily. I'm still keeping my calories the same for the day, so the total amount of calories I'm consuming and my protein and my carbs and so on breakdown is staying roughly the same there too. But it just means that I'm not as hungry for as long, and so that's an adjustment I've made that seems to be working the last few days, and we'll see how that continues. My plan from here on out is to go really hard for the next 4 weeks and finish up this cut as strong as I can, get down to 70 kilos, and then the plan from there is going to be to maintain 70 kilos and make that my new normal. So your body loves staying the same. Your body will do everything in its power to keep all of your functions, your weight, your activities, all of it the same. The fancy schmancy word for this is homeostasis. But what it means is that making changes to your composition and to your weight are hard because you have to force them, and your body resists these changes. And this is why people who are gaining weight, they'll gain a few kilos, they'll take a week off, and suddenly they'll lose that weight. Or people who are losing weight, they'll lose a few kilos, they'll take a week off, and it will bounce back again. And you just need to give your body time to adjust and get comfortable to where it's at, and then it's going to have a hell of a lot of an easier time staying there. This adjustment process can take a few weeks to a few months, depending on the extremity of the difference that you've made to your physique, and it's something that you have to plan and account for. And I think this is probably the biggest key takeaway from this video is proper planning is going to ensure success, because it will mean that by the time you reach a certain point, you've got an idea in place of what you need to do, and there hopefully won't be that many surprises, and you'll have, if there are surprises, you've got a plan in place to take care and deal with them. So my goal is still to deadlift 210 kilos at 70 kilos body weight. Very, very close now. And it would be tempting to rush this last stage, get down to 70 and then try the pull, because I know that I did it recently. But that's going to result in increased risk of injury, and probably it would mean I'd fail, because at that weight, my body wouldn't be used to it yet. I'd be coming off a strong and long deficit, and I just wouldn't have the energy needed to do that lift. So this planning is going to allow me to stay in this for the long game, keep that in mind, and at some point before the end of the year, when I'm feeling nice and strong, go for the lift and get it with confidence, without any doubt there. So that's where I'm going to go from here. Now, how you can think about this for yourself, in all likelihood, if you're watching this, you're not doing a diet that is taking you to the levels of leanness that I'm going to, which are in themselves not even close to the levels of leanness that a competitive bodybuilder would be getting to. Or if you're in a bulking phase, you're probably not looking to gain 30 kilos, you're probably more likely looking to gain 5 to 10 kilos. And the key is to have that plan in place anyway. Even without those extremes in mind, you still need to have an idea of what you're going to do when you get there. Because a lot of people feel like getting there is it and the work's done, but really that's just when the work begins, because now you've got the whole rest of your life to consolidate and improve upon and work on that situation that you've worked so hard to achieve. Now for me, getting strong for most of the time that I've been working out was my number one goal, and when I got reasonably strong, it was quite easy to maintain, and I didn't have a good plan for how I was going to improve my body composition and get stronger at that time. And as a result, I think I realistically squandered a good 2 to 3 years of potential improvements in suboptimal training and a suboptimal attitude towards things. Now, it's a whole different discussion that I might talk about another time. But the point is, have a plan in place, understand that once you get there, that you've just started, and spend some time thinking about what you're going to do once you get there. As always, if you enjoyed this video, if you found it useful, or if you think it would benefit anyone else, please just let a friend know. If you let one person know, then they might let one person know, and then everybody else will be able to benefit from the information that we're giving out here. So thank you very much for your time, for watching, and I will see you in the next update.